name's Kyle Hooven. According to the NCAA, there are over 420,000 student athletes playing sports in America today. In recent years, with collegiate athletics bringing in a large amount of revenue, there has been speculation and questioning as to whether or not students should be paid for their play. After a lot of thought about this question and extensive research, and even talking to a lot of student athletes myself, I've concluded that they should not be paid. The rules should remain as is. There are three main reasons why. First, getting paid could potentially take away from their education, which ultimately is the reason why they're in school in the first place. Second, where is all this new money going to come from to pay the players' salaries? And third, and finally, they are already being somewhat compensated for their play, even if it's not physical money or checks being given to them. So first, getting paid to play could take away from their education. These kids are young kids playing in college. A lot of them can't even legally drink, and some of the younger ones, like the freshmen, can't even legally vote. So paying them to play the sport they've been playing their whole life has potential to be dangerous. It may give them the wrong idea about school and lead them down the wrong path. They may think, hey, I'm getting paid to play this sport. I will get paid to play it for the rest of my life, and I'll be set. I don't need to worry about my education. I don't need to worry about my degree. This is not the case, though. As Business Insider reported, out of all student athletes, less than 2% play professionally. So with this being said, it's extremely important for them to earn their degrees. So that means 98% of the 420,000 student athletes I mentioned earlier, 98% of them go pro in something other than sports. So even if they do go pro and play professionally, they may be forced into retirement early because of who knows what injuries, or the team may fall apart, or they may just get worse. So they need to have that degree to get a job to support their family and themselves. In addition to possibly affecting student education, the big question would be, where does all this money come from? Secondly, a big chunk of the school's funding already goes to teams and scholarships. For example, the Division I football collegiate scholarship rate is 85 scholarships per year, which means 85 kids per year's tuition is paid in full for however long they are at the school. And college isn't all about sports. Some people aren't into sports. There are many other clubs and student-run activities that people can partake in. For example, according to Penn State University Student Affairs, PSU Maine campus has about 1,000 clubs that, and a majority of them are non-sports related. So all this money that would be paid to the players for salary and everything should go to them. It should disperse evenly amongst everyone to make it fair for everyone, because the sports players are already getting all the media attention and all the hype and everything, and they're the famous people on campus. So although they are not being handed a physical check or a physical amount of money at the end of each season, the players are being compensated in a way. So finally, when the players go on trips to away games, whether it's one day, 1 week, one weekend, or a whole summer for preseason or summer camp, they don't have to worry about paying for housing or things like that. That is fully covered by the school, so all that money stays in their pocket. Also, the big thing is food. Athletes, everyone knows, love to eat. So and the school gives them money for each meal every single day they're there. So all the money that they would be spending on food at their home school or at their home, wherever they are, they get to keep in their pocket, which is essentially the same as being paid. So in conclusion, next time someone makes an argument about whether or not student athletes should be paid or if they should remain unpaid like the rule is, think about the three main points and arguments I brought up today. First being, getting paid could potentially take away from their future, or from their education, which is essentially why they're there. That's why the term is called student athletes, student first, athlete second. Secondly, where would all this money come from? The school can only provide so much for each team, and there's so many teams that there wouldn't be enough money to give student salaries. It couldn't just be all out-of-pocket stuff. And finally, they are already being somewhat compensated through housing and food and things like that. So while we should give credit where credit is due and praise all the student athletes for everything they do, whether they're playing baseball, football, soccer, whatever it is, they're giving giving entertainment for their university and generating so much revenue. I think the NCAA should keep the rules as is and keep the student athletes unpaid. Thank you.